Any Bonds Today, starring Walter Pidgeon, John Percival, and Dr. Frank Black's orchestra on a special recorded program of the United States Treasury Department. By the way, have you bought
any bonds today? Any bonds today? Bonds of freedom, that's what I'm selling. Any bonds today? Scrape up the most you can. Here comes the freedom man asking you to buy a share of freedom today. Any stamps today? We'll be blessed if we all invest in the USA. Here comes the freedom man. Can't make tomorrow's plan, not unless you buy a share of freedom today.
Today, every man, woman, and child is a partner in the most tremendous undertaking of our American history. We must share together the bad news and the good news, the defeat and the victory, the changing fortunes of war. America has been faced with war before, but throughout our history, the spark of patriotism has kindled flame to burn the midnight oil in the lamps of American songwriters. The Treasury Department is happy to present a number which epitomizes that spirit in the hearts of American men of music. Three great American musicians collaborated in writing our first selection, Abe Lincoln Had Just One Country. The writers, Jerome Kern, Otto Harbach, and Oscar Hammerstein, were inspired by the work and ideals of the man who said,
"With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right, let us strive to finish the work we are in."
We present now a feature production of Abe Lincoln Had Just One Country with John Percival, Dr. Frank Black's orchestra, and chorus.
Abe Lincoln had just one country and one banner to wave. 1 union of brave brothers where no brothers enslave others. We're still marching along with Lincoln, with one banner to wave. This union was born in freedom, and this union must live in freedom, and this freedom is when fading and when fighting to
Take a lesson from old Abe Lincoln in times of stormy weather. Take a lesson from old Abe Lincoln. Let's face the storm together.
Abe Lincoln had just one country and one banner to wave. 1 union of brave brothers where no brothers enslave others. We're still marching along with Lincoln, with one banner to wave. This union was born in freedom, and this union must live in freedom, and this freedom is when fading and when fighting to stand.
We now present a dramatic musical production, What is America?, based on the poem by Ben Hecht and Charles MacArthur. Our star of this production is Walter Pidgeon of Stage and Screen. Featured will be a new song, One for All for One, by Man Curtis and Maxwell Rich, sung by Barry Wood with the Treasury Department Orchestra and Choir. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Walter Pidgeon.
What is the USA? Some people think it's a piece of map shaped like a wisdom tooth and colored like a handful of lollipops. Some people think America is a dollar sign with a halo over it. Some people think USA is an ostrich with a red, white, and blue tail feather.
Some people think America is a smokestack and a gas filling station, an adding machine and the Brooklyn Dodgers. Some people think the USA is a skyscraper with a moon hanging over it like a for rent sign. Some people think America is a feather bed where freedom can snooze till the cows come home. Some people think the USA is the gall-darndest collection of railroad ties, window panes, manhole covers, wheat fields, electric signs, apple pies, and steel mills ever assembled within the boundaries of one nation. Nobody can deny that we are all these things. And you can throw in a jazz band and the Wizard of Oz and the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and the inventory isn't even begun. You can keep piling up figures enough to stump Einstein and painting enough pictures to fill the Grand Canyon, and you won't have begun to add up or show our 1,000 faces. But we're here to tell you what this inventory reaching from hell to breakfast is nothing. We're here to tell you that all the smokestacks and the railroad trains, all the gold in all the counting houses and all the boulder dams, electric lights, high bridges, grain mills, and jazz bands, all of these are nothing. They are the window trimming. They are the nickels worth out front. The real show is inside them and behind them. We are here to tell you America is an idea and the USA a dream. On the first day it dawned on the world, it dawned as an idea. And with all its industry and gold, all its power and mountains of materials, it has remained, since it came leaping out of its cradle, a dream. Since the hour it was born and to the hour it dies, if it ever dies, it has been and will remain an idea, the simplest and most difficult idea ever hatched by the human mind, the idea of freedom. America is an idea that people can live in without having the wit scared out of them, without a gag in their mouths or a straitjacket in their spirits. The USA is the dream that a human being is better than a red ant, and the soul of man is the bigger flag than the biggest swastika ever tacked upon a Nazi platform. This idea and this dream were born in the bloodshed at Lexington, and ever since that blood ran, Americans have died in defense of the idea of freedom. No foreign nation has ever held our land, yet we have fought. No nation has come goose-stepping to our shores, as of tonight, and yet we have fought. We have fought because our frontiers have been those of the spirit. Our history is the history of men and women who have fought for the dream of freedom, of men and women who have believed that whatever freedom is threatened, there they stand in danger, of men and women who have believed that wherever freedom perishes, there a part of themselves lies dead. This, say our enemies, is democratic twaddle. This, say our enemies, is the cry of a warmonger. They lie. History proves they lie. History proves that our battlefront has never been the line of conquest, but always, since the barefoot soldiers of Stony Point and Valley Forge, the frontiers of freedom. Our history reveals that Americans have fought, and fought damned well, only for the defeat of things that tormented the soul of man: tyranny, slavery, and intolerance.
All is well. Sing, sing, sing. Let a song tell the world. Night and morn, we're united, and we'll carry on. One for all for one, get together. Never before has there been more reason to sing. Let's sing. Heed the call, one and all stand together, greeting each day, able to say freedom is king. Freedom is king. There are three colors we can be proud of. One of them red, one of them white, one of them blue. Red, white, and blue.
let it ring from every steeple where the luckiest of people needs the sun. One for all for one, all for one.
What is America? It's the house you live in. It's the place where you work at your job. It's the little plot of ground where your grandparents lie in everlasting sleep. It's the school where your children learn to be citizens of the future. This is the America that Hitler would destroy. It's what you have to defend. Only a constant flow of dollars can keep America's war chest filled. Pledge yourself to put every possible dollar into defense bonds now. Every payday, buy more and keep buying. Get defense bonds and stamps at your bank, post office, or savings and loan association. Buy defense stamps from your newspaper carrier boy or your retail dealer. Buy as many as you can, as often as you can. Now another new song, Back the Red, White, and Blue with Gold, written for the Treasury Department by Jerry Livingston and Al Hoffman. Barry Wood sings Back the Red, White, and Blue with Gold.
Back the red, white, and blue with gold.
Back it up with gold.
Make it shine with each bond that's sold.
With each bond that's sold. Your interest in the USA will bring you interest on a future day.
Let the flag never lag on high.
Never let it lag.
So this land that we love won't die.
Show America your spirit with a stamp of defense. Buy yourself a bond and let your dollars make sense.
Build a front that's fearless and bold. Back the red, white, and blue with gold.
Back the red, white, and blue with gold. Make it shine with each bond that's sold. Your interest in the USA will bring you interest on a future day.
Let the flag never lag on high.
Never let it lag.
So this land that we love won't die.
Show America your spirit with a stamp of defense. Buy yourself a bond and let your dollars make sense.
Build a front that's fearless and bold. Back the red, white, and blue with gold.
Thank you, Jerry Livingston and Al Hoffman, for contributing that sparkling new song to the music of today. We all want to back the red, white, and blue. By the way, have you bought
Any bonds today? Any bonds today? Bonds of freedom, that's what I'm selling. Any bonds today? Scrape up the most you can. Here comes the freedom man asking you to buy a share of freedom today. Any stamps today? We'll be blessed if we all invest in the USA. Here comes the freedom man. Can't make tomorrow's plan, not unless you buy a share of freedom.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Any Bonds Today, a recorded program of the United States Treasury Department for defense bonds and stamps. Our stars were Walter Pidgeon, John Percival, and Dr. Frank Black's orchestra. This is Larry Elliott speaking for the Treasury Department.